Now in the second section, we will discuss the site of lodgement and clinical features. In this section, we will discuss what are the features associated with different site of lodgements. As we already mentioned, the common site of lodgements will be the tonsil, base of the tongue, posterior pharyngeal wall, and then also the esophagus. So if the foreign object lodged in one of these sites, how the patient with these foreign objects will present, what are the clinical presentations, what are the clinical features, and also we will discuss the signs of the lodgement of the foreign objects in different sites. So site of lodgement of foreign body, as we already mentioned, the commonest sites are at or below the cricopharyngeal sphincter. So it can be at the cricopharyngeal sphincter, or it can be below the cricopharyngeal sphincter. Flat objects. The flat objects like the coins are the flat objects. They are held up at the sphincter. Others usually held in the upper esophagus, below the sphincter, cricopharyngeal sphincter, due to poor peristalsis. So the important thing, usually the common site is at or below the cricopharyngeal sphincter, but the flat objects like the coins, they are held up the sphincter, held up sphincter. The other usually held in the lower esophagus, in the upper esophagus, below the sphincter, and usually due to poor peristalsis. Peristalsis is a wave-like motion that occurs in the esophagus, stomach, intestine, that pushes the object down in the GI tract. So if there is poor peristalsis, then the movement of the object is poor and it cannot be pushed down. Next, the sharp or pointed objects. So first the flat objects, next the sharp or pointed objects like the fishbone, needles, pins. They usually lodge anywhere in esophagus. So any site, any area of the esophagus, usually sharp or pointed objects, they can lodge in that. Foreign bodies passing sphincter, held up at next narrowing. So if they cross the sphincters, sphincters are the openings guarded by the sphincters. The function of the sphincter is to open or the close, so the food can enter from the pharynx to the esophagus. Then at the site where the esophagus entered the stomach, we also have sphincter, lower esophageal sphincter. So sphincters, the function of these sphincters is the closure, allowing the food, and then it closes, so to open and close. So these sphincters, if the object crosses the sphincter, then usually it helps at the site where there is next narrowing. In case of esophagus, if there is any stricture or if there is any mass or tumor present, malignancy present, it usually gets impacted in that area. Also at broncho-aortic constriction and at the cardiac end of the esophagus. So all these are the different sites. One, the foreign object, which is the sharp object like the needle, fishbone, they cross the sphincter. Then the other common site here you can see is usually held up at the next narrowing, or they can be held up at the broncho-aortic constriction and at the cardiac end. Once the object passes esophagus, so first it was above the sphincter, then in the esophagus. Now if it passes the esophagus, usually likely to pass per rectum. Lot of objects, if they are small in size and they are freely moving, usually if they cross the esophagus, they pass per rectum. The person pass them in the fecal matter, and usually they observe it and they get relaxed, okay, that it's passed. So once it crosses the esophagus, the most likely chance is it pass per rectum. Sometimes obstruction at the pylorus duodenum, terminal ileum ileocecal junction, cecum, and sigmoid colon, or even at rectum. Usually if it crosses the esophagus, it passes per rectum, but if not, there is chances that it can get impacted or lodged in different sites, and the common sites are the pylorus duodenum, which is the first C-shaped structure, first part of the small intestine, duodenum, ileum, ileocecal junction, cecum, sigmoid colon, and rectum. So these are some common sites where the foreign object can get impacted once it crosses the esophagus. Then also there is lodgement in esophagus or lower down. Size and shape of the object is important. Its nature, sharp or pointed foreign body. So again, the lodgement in esophagus or lower down, depending on the size, if it's bigger, more chances it can get impacted or lodged. And if it's the nature of the object is important. If it's not sharp, usually not very big enough, most likely it crosses the esophagus and pass per rectum. But if it's sharp object, usually it can easily stick to the wall of the duodenum, then the colon and the ileum. So the chances, if it's sharp, are more that it cannot be passed on its own and it can get impacted. Now, the clinical features of the impaction or presence of the foreign body in the food passage. Symptoms are history of initial choking or gagging. Even with the fish bone, if it's get impacted in the throat, usually the person gag or they choke, and they try to remove the object by gagging or putting the finger in that. In doing sometimes that they push it even further down, but that's the first response that's occur in the patient. So history of initial choking or gagging. That's the picture, that's the initial presentation. Discomfort or pain, that's the discomfort or pain, especially they feel sharp, pricky if once it prick in the esophagus. Then dysphagia or respiratory distress is common. Drooling of saliva, substernal or epigastric pain, and partial obstruction. So these are all the symptoms associated with the ingested foreign object. There is choking and there is gagging. Also pain, which is usually substernal. They feel the pain in the chest behind the sternum. Partial obstruction can occur, drooling of the saliva. So these are common symptoms. Signs which are present, there is tenderness in lower part of the neck. Here there is tenderness with the sharp object. Usually there is tenderness present in the lower neck. On right or left of the trachea, that's the examination. The doctor try to feel the tenderness on the right and left side of the trachea. Pooling of secretions in pyriform fossa on indirect laryngoscopy. not disappear on swallowing. Foreign body may be seen protruding from esophageal opening in the post-cricoid region. These are some signs. You can actually see the foreign body on the examination. There is pooling of secretion, drooping of saliva. There is tenderness on right and left side of the trachea. That was all about section 2. Thank you for watching sqadia.com.